Once a Raider, bruh, always a Raider, bruh. Shit simple as that. You look silver and black. Lot of bread invested in that old line. Car insurance cost the all in the low.
What is going on, Raider Nation? What is going on? It is your boy Darian coming to you live with another Raiders video. And shout out to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the YouTube page. If this is your first time ever being at our YouTube page, I would suggest that you subscribe and hit that bell button and get the latest news and all Raiders news. But before we get into this video, are you interested in daily fantasy football like DraftKings, FanDuel? But we have a new one here, and it's sponsored for the Spotlight Sports Network and it's sponsored for the Spotlight Raiders Talk, and that is called Thrive Fantasy. Now, Thrive Fantasy is where you can earn up to $50,000 in guaranteed prizes playing on Thrive Fantasy when it comes to daily fantasy sports, and you can use player props as well. Make sure you use the promo code SS Network when you sign up today, and you'll receive an instant deposit match up to $50 on your first deposit of $20 or more. Download Thrive Fantasy on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, or visiting our website at www.thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and prop up today if you want to earn your earnings with playing daily sports. Now, I just wanted to put that promo out there. Make sure y'all use that promo code, which is SS Network, if you're interested in fantasy sports. But let's get straight into this Raiders video. And this video is very different for me. Not really different, but it's an interesting topic that I really want to talk about. And that is 3 players the Raiders should trade for heading into the trade deadline. Now, this is according to RaidersWire.com, when they stated that the Las Vegas Raiders are off this week as they are on a much needed bye week. But in the NFL trade deadline just a few weeks away, the Raiders are likely exploring a potential trades at this very moment. So the first one that I really want to get into here, is Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. Now, if the Raiders are going to upgrade their team, one spot that could be considered adding will be on the defensive line. Now, Malik Collins was signed early in this offseason to a 1-year deal, but hasn't quite panned out for either party. It's also worth mentioning that Maurice Hurst is currently on the COVID-19/reserve list and missed the team's Week 5 game against the Kansas City Chiefs. If the Raiders want to seriously upgrade the position, the biggest name could be available is Quinnen Williams of the New York Jets. With the Jets are appearing to ready to clean house, and they might consider trading their overall number 3 pick in the 2019 draft should be a return for a haul. Now, the Raiders would likely be in a playoff contention this season. It's unlikely their 2020 first round pick will be inside the top 15. That'll be quite a deal for the Raiders, as Williams is just 22 years old and is starting to become into his own. Now, the New York Jets will be able to add another first round pick to their several, which could be used to acquiring a quarterback in the future. Williams would be an easy sell to the Raiders fan base that needs more help on the interior defensive line. I have to agree with this here. I like Quinnen Williams. I think he's still young. He's 22 years old. He's not old. We're not trading to get somebody to help out. I mean, he is a veteran, don't get me wrong, but he's still 22 years old. The guy can still play. He never really had no injuries from what I remember, but I think he will be a good asset to our defensive line and be a good, rotation to our defensive line as well. So I do like this pick here if we go out again. It is crazy that the Jets are cleaning house where they got a quarterback of the future in Sam Darnold, but this is not a Jets video, it's a Raiders video. But at the end of the day, bring Quinnen Williams over here, and I would love to see that, man. Quinnen Williams to the Jets, and it depends on what we have to give up for him. I don't mind what we give up for him, but it have to be something more viable that we keep the players that we have and we add to it and not take away from it. And the next person that we definitely have to look into is Washington defensive tackle Jonathan Allen. Now, it's very likely that the Jets will say no to any of all trade offers revolving Quinnen Williams. If that's the case, then the Raiders will be wise to look elsewhere for help in the middle of that defensive line. One option could be Jonathan Allen of the Washington football team, who has played well this season. But according to Pro Football Focus, Allen was graded out as the number 14 interior defensive lineman this season, excelling as a good run defender. Now, Allen is a former first-round pick in his third year of his rookie year. While he's likely wouldn't cost for a first-round pick to acquire, Washington could consider moving him to all the current talent and money invested into their defensive line. And there are a team that could use a future 100 top picks to rebuild their offense, and they will likely be on the market for another franchise quarterback next season. Now, Allen would give the Raiders another young interior defensive lineman who could play all three downs. He will be the best run-stopping 3 technique and would be a great fit next to Jonathan Hankins. Keep an eye out on Allen as a potential trade target over the next few weeks if Washington falls out of contention in the NFC East. This is an interesting This is an interesting trade here. Both guys, Quinnen Williams and Jonathan Allen, came from that Alabama Crimson Tide college where they played very well there, and they both was first-round picks. And Jonathan Allen, just like I said for Quinnen Williams, he will be a great fit because they're both young. They're both young, even though that Jonathan Allen's been in the league longer than Quinnen Williams. I still feel like Jonathan Allen he's still in his rookie deal, so he's still young in that aspect. But I feel like bringing more depth to this defensive line to help out Jonathan Hankins and hopefully can help out Malik Collins as well, because Maurice Hurst, we don't know when he gets off that reserve list at the end of the day. But I do like this pick here, just keeping that run stopping and helping pass rush as well. So getting Jonathan Allen from the Washington football team, I like it. I think it upgrades our defense as much as we can. But I think we should go out and trade for him. For some draft picks, I think we shouldn't give up no players, like I said, for Quinnen Williams either. But I do like this pick as well. The final person that we should look into going into the trade deadline is Bengals cornerback William Jackson III. The final name on this list isn't a defensive lineman, but instead a cornerback with familiarity to the scheme. William Jackson III from the Cincinnati Bengals is on his final year of his rookie contract and is scheduled to hit the free agency just in a few months. Since Paul Guenther left Cincinnati, Jackson has struggled. He's never been able to replicate the play that he saw in 2017 when he was among the league's best cornerbacks. Given the way that he played over the last 3 seasons, it feels unlikely that he will earn a long-term deal with the Bengals. Will the Bengals be willing to give up on him in order to secure a draft pick? It's certainly possible. If the Raiders are willing to part with the mid-round pick to test drive Jackson for the next 10 or so games, this can be a worthwhile gamble. Damon Arnett is scheduled to miss the next 6 to 8 weeks due to the teams with his injury and cornerback of the opposite of Trayvon Mullen. Now, it is a potential trade that will help the Raiders get an early look at Jackson. He will fit into this defense. Considering the potential reward, this move that would make a ton of sense for both Raiders and Jackson. And the only reason why, me and a shout out to Raiders Wire for this article, shout out to them because this is the sources that I'm getting it from. I'll say this. He used to be with Paul Guenther. He knows the Paul Guenther scheme. Why not bring in somebody that used to play for Paul Guenther and see how he can help these other corners get better by having that experience playing with under Paul Guenther's defense? I say go get him. If we could get one of these guys or 2 of these guys in a trade, why not go get these guys? Because I feel like they could be assets to our defense. Now, offense, we really don't need much of any trades. It's just the defense, what we're trying to do to get better on the defensive side of the ball and, get from that bottom of the barrel defense, as we always say, that we always in the bottom of the defensive ranks in the NFL. So with that being said, I think Quinnen Williams, Jonathan Allen, and William Jackson III all can really fit from there. But how many people are we going to trade for? That is the thing. What is our capital when it comes to, the salary cap? That's another thing too. So we have to look at it in some point that only one of these guys that we could really trade for. But these 3 names is William Jackson, Quinnen Williams, and Jonathan Allen. which one of these guys do you think that we should go out and trade for? So let us know in the comments below who you think, because I feel like defensive lineman in corner is one of the 2 spots that we do struggle at on defense. If we can get 2 out of the 3, I'm fine with that. If we can get 1 out of 3, I'm fine with that. But we have to at least get 1 or 2 of these guys. We can't just go out empty-handed during the trade deadline. But let me know what you think about this video, Raider Nation. Let me know what you think. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It's the Spotlight Raiders Talk, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Once a Raider, bruh, always a Raider, bruh. Shit simple as that. You look silver and black. Lot of bread invested in that O-line. Car insurance cost the arm and